Morning, y'all. The last thing I want to do is be the guy who's standing between you and the coffee bathroom break, so I'll keep this quick. Great to meet you all. This is actually my first time coming to Brand Insider Summit. We have come here a few times, but what a great event. The intimacy and uniqueness of this is awesome, and thank you to the panelists that have been speaking. I've already learned a lot. My goal today is to help you guys learn some stuff. I'm not here to just pitch you. I am our VP of Sales, but I promise you I'm not here to sell. My marketing scientists and marketing team gave us a lot of good insights to share with you, so don't shoot the messenger, please. But let's jump in. So how Gen Z shops and how to take advantage and win them over. Before I get started, I'm curious from the room, we don't have a large group, but how many of you in here are trying to target Gen Z or interested in Gen Z, maybe leaving or struggling a little bit? A couple of you. Those of you that aren't raising your hands but are looking at your cell phones right now, just like a lot of our Gen Z friends. I'm on the cusp. I'm still millennial, but I have ADD like crazy, and I can't pay attention for long periods of time too. So we'll keep this quick. I'm here to talk about why does Gen Z matter? How are they shopping? It's fundamentally different than our baby boomers, even our millennials, and how brands can drive Gen Z loyalty along the same lines of what we've been talking about today. So why do they matter? As of this year, McKinsey did a study that says 40% of global consumers are now Gen Z, and they're driving $450 billion worth of transactions. And so this is obviously going to continue to grow as Gen Z moves into the purchasing segment and become the primary people that we market to. So if we're not thinking about them yet, we certainly need to start. And I know that's a lot of the reasons why we come to events like this. A little bit about Card, just to give context for what I'm about to share and where this information comes from. We have 47 million active users on our network. For context, if you don't know who we are rewards as a service provider to issuing banks. And on the flip side, we provide merchant-funded rewards to cardholders that work with the banks that we partner with. So we see all the transaction data, whether you're running a campaign with us or not. And we see about $31 billion worth of yearly transactions. This gives us a really holistic view of the US consumer base. And a lot of our consumers are actually Gen Z millennials because we serve more of the underbanked world. So the big top 5 banks are not our partners. We work with more of the fintechs and startup community. And so we see a lot of the folks that aren't sort of shy away from maybe working and partnering with Chase or American Express and use a different type of bank. So this is a little bit about us and where all this information comes from. And so I want to tell you a story about how a Gen Z individual typically shops and just experiences their day. I think Jennifer actually has a lot of insight in this because she just told us a similar story. But this is Emma, a representative of a Gen Z individual. They're very digital native, right? They're sort of born with their cell phones. They've been using cell phones since they could probably barely walk. They operate and sort of use those all the time. They're very price sensitive. They care about how expensive the things they're buying are, and they're very convenience driven. They've grown up with this Amazon world. If I can't hit buy now and immediately make that easy for me with a really compelling offer, they're probably not going to want to shop, or will go to somewhere that will. And so flexibility is really key as well. So to start with the story, a lot of influence and purchasing engagement starts with working with an influencer, seeing their favorite influencer. Emma likes this particular individual, follows her, opens up her cell phone when she's waiting for a train or in between classes, and sees these new shoes. Goes, these are really interesting. I like these a lot. Clicks on the link, heads over to New Balance's site, starts looking at them. And if I can get this to move. Then checks out the actual product. Goes, okay, I like these. Do they have them in my size? Let's check out the reviews. What are other people saying about them? Do they fit? Are they fun? Are they comfy? How long do they last? Getting that social influence. And then scoots over to say, well, how expensive are they? Okay, I don't have that much money. There's no offer here. I think I'm going to wait. Let me just sort of take my time. But as I do that, I'm really curious. What's my best friend think of these shoes? Should I buy them? Are they going to go with my outfits? What do you think, friend? What's your take? Do you like them? Should I get them? She says, yes, they're going to fit with everything. You absolutely should. She goes, okay, well, I'm going to wait. I need to see if there's an offer or some sort of incentivization. And so this is the last thing that we typically share with our folks is you need some sort of compelling offer. What's going to get me to get over the line? Is it a discount? Is it a buy one, get one? Is it the FOMO aspect? One of the individuals was just talking about, I need this now because there's the shoe's only available for a short period of time or what have you. And that's the trigger that gets folks to actually pull the trigger if you're a Gen Z type person. So How do we optimize the path to purchase? These are the 4 strategies that we've seen work and share with a lot of the folks that work with us. This should not be too much of an aha moment. I don't think for anybody in here. It's a hot topic, but leveraging first-party data. I've worked in marketing for nearly 20 years. I was at one of the first digital display ad platforms, ad.com, if anybody remembers that, here before Facebook was even advertising, which is my very bad dad joke. But the third-party cookie, right? There's a lot of challenges with it. There's a lot of fraud. It's directional data at best, often. And so how can we take advantage of your own data using first-party data? There's a lot of retail media networks out there that you can leverage their first-party data with, or you can partner with a partner like us who has access to direct transaction data to have very confident data in targeting and reporting capabilities to be able to do all the customization that you need. We do see, this is obviously a little self-fulfilling, but creating rewards. How can you get somebody to go, this is interesting, to I want that, I will buy that, the discount, the reward is worth it enough for me to want to make a purchase. We see that cashback and rewards or even gamification of buy this one, if you get the next one, we'll give you a discount. If you get the next one, we'll give you a bigger discount is what is driving purchase behavior from Gen Z folks. And of course, one of the hot topics here, how do you help individuals think both online and in store? So for those of you with a brick and mortar, Gen Z is doing all of their research on their cell phone. So you have to be online, you have to be engaging with them, you have to meet them where they are across all the social media platforms. But they do like to go shop in store. And so how can you connect both of those strategies to make sure that, you know, if I get influenced online, but then I go purchase in store, you're still going to offer me the same rewards or incentives if I was just online. We're seeing a lot of transaction and momentum there. And then, of course, the one I've mentioned a few times, you got to have that purchase trigger. How do you get them, right? A call to action, a reward, that shouldn't be anything too compelling, but we continue to see that's really important for our Gen Z folks. I'll wrap it up here with how our brand's winning with Gen Z. Just some case examples. We have a top 5 national pet provider that we partnered with. If you have a pet, you've probably shopped here before. One of the things they cared about deeply was how do we drive our market share? We're losing market share across the US. We want to do contesting campaigns. What can we do? How can we work with Card to help improve that? So these are the results. What they saw was using a 3% cashback offer over a 10-week period, incentivized in-store purchases only. So not only did we help drive market share, but we drove in-store traffic. And we can do that through some of the T's and C's and targeting that we do with Card. A global consumer electronics retailer. If you've ever used Windows, you've probably used one of their laptops in your day. They cared a lot about driving an increase in average order value. So what we saw was there was a lot of purchases with peripherals, mice, extension cords, things like that. They wanted to sell more laptops, obviously grow revenue. And so we did a customized targeting campaign for them to increase their average order value. And over the course of a year, we were able to see 166% increase there. And 80% of those purchases, surprisingly for me, actually, were actually from Gen Z. And so we were able to see that the campaign was very effective for them as well. We don't just buy Apple products. It's true, which is good. American casual shoe brand. They wanted to increase market share as well, drive repeat purchases. And so for something that isn't necessarily just a high ticket item, we were able to see an increase in market share and a pretty significant return on ad spend as well. Lastly, this is my last slide, a global meal kit brand. All of this to say is that no matter what type of merchant you are, what type of target you want to do, Gen Z is shopping everywhere across every type of segment. And it's critically important to understand and get in front of. So that, I guess I have one more. Another one on market share. This is the last slide, just a summary slide. Those of us in blue, these nice, awesome, very fluorescent blue shirts. If you have any questions for us, you can certainly come and ask. That's Kobe, that's Chris, I'm Shea. Thank you all. Enjoy the rest of the conference. Bye.